All right, welcome back to Skyway Bound presents Fly Tampa Fly. Thanks for joining us today. Fly Tampa Fly Aviation exists to inspire and grow the aviation small business community in the Greater Tampa Bay area. We're always looking to highlight small businesses and small business owners with a aviation-centric entrepreneurial mindset. Our mission is to grow a community of like-minded people who are looking to grow profitable aviation-centric ventures while staying on task with a greater purpose. So if you know of a startup with an aviation-centric focus, please connect us. We would love to share their story with our fast-growing community. All right, so we're going to go on to the first flight. Oh, please like and subscribe, follow, share, and all that social media, YouTube-y kind of stuff. All right, the FAA has finalized the modernization of Special Airworthiness Certification Rule, which implements changes to the light sport aircraft category and sport pilot privileges. For sport pilot privileges, it expanded with proper training and endorsement. Sport pilots are going to be allowed to fly at night, operate more complex aircraft, and make use of more advanced systems. Though the two-person occupancy limit is going to remain, but eligible aircraft will now include a broader range of configurations, including helicopters and powered lift. So it's very exciting. I spend a lot of my time in a Cessna 172, and it's about 2,300 pounds, and I think that is the new limit to be considered light sport with these new MOSAIC rules. Also, expanded light sport aircraft uses will include limited commercial activities to include infrastructure inspection, aerial photography, and agricultural observation. That's good and well, but we all know that's going the way of the drone. But anyway, until the drones take over, you have a chance to use light sport aircraft to do some of those commercial activities. What it comes down to is the FAA created MOSAIC to encourage a wider adoption of factory-built light sport aircrafts by offering more capability and flexibility while maintaining a high level of safety. And they're hoping that pilots will use these aircraft as a more attractive alternative to experimental amateur-built models, which have historically seen higher accident rates. So this is a good thing for the aviation community, and hopefully it will bring the prices down. Probably not, but at least somebody's trying. So we'll see how it works in the future. What I'm excited about is people who aren't necessarily looking to go become a full private pilot and work their way towards a commercial and a professional job. This will be an opportunity for them to fly a little bit more aircraft, if you will, and fly that more aircraft a little bit further, and they'll just have more flexibility. All right, more exciting FAA news as I switch over the slide. Recently, the FAA certified the first electric engine propeller. Hartzell Propeller recently announced that they achieved FAA certification for a propeller designed specifically for advanced air mobility, the world of eVTOLs. They developed the propeller in collaboration with a company called Beta Technologies. Testing on Beta advanced air mobility aircraft, they were able to obtain their FAA Part 35 type certification. Although initially designed for Beta's aircraft, in the future Hartzell plans to make the propeller available to other manufacturers of advanced air mobility who will have similar electric propulsion systems. So while they're making it for them, they'll white label it out to other companies eventually. And it only makes sense for Hartzell to do that because that wider adoption, if they're the go-to propeller manufacturer, why not? I think that's great for Hartzell. So I wanted to share this slide with you guys. It's just all it is a electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft directory that I recently found on this electric VTOL news. And according to the website, This list started in 2016 with only a half dozen known designs, and nowadays it even includes designs that are no longer being pursued. But there's probably hundreds of designs that are on this website, so it's pretty cool. I'll place the link to the directory in the comments below for those of you who are interested in keeping up with the growing list of eVTOL electric vertical takeoff and landing designs. I just thought it was cool, and I wanted to share that with you guys, so it will be in the comments. All right, a little bit of drone delivery news. Drone delivery service Drexa, company Drexa, recently received a national waiver from the Federal Aviation Administration so its drones can operate beyond visual line of sight for deliveries nationwide. They now join Google, Amazon, and Zipline in the FAA approval club, if you will. Drexa provides a direct-to-consumer marketplace that lets consumers order groceries, non-prescription medications, and pet supplies. So this is good as more of these companies get these certifications from the FAA. Hopefully it will create more competition in the space and hopefully keep those delivery costs to us consumers, bring those costs down, those delivery costs down. So more competition, in my opinion, is not a bad thing. I think it's good. This one is very exciting for me because I've always been a Honda fan. Honda has been a provider for mobility products for years. Think cars, motorcycles, and jets, and lawnmowers, riding lawnmowers. Now they are working to create electrical vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. The electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft will be the centerpiece that brings the Honda, they're calling it a mobility ecosystem, together. I like that. The Honda eVTOL will feature a gas turbine hybrid power unit, which will greatly extend its range to approximately 250 miles. And let's see. I had a bunch of notes. I meant to add some more notes. I had some notes on the differences. Oh, you know what? It wasn't Honda. It was a different platform. So stay tuned for the other one. Okay, so Honda's entered the electric vertical takeoff and landing game. Me personally, as for the most part, Honda fan, even though they won't let me sit in a Honda jet, I'm very excited to see what they come up with, and hopefully they'll let me sit in the electric vertical and takeoff and landing aircraft when they finally get it. All right, some electric vertical takeoff and landing stock news. Overall, there wasn't not much new. However, Archer Aviation, ACHR, they recently raised an additional $850 million as they work to ramp up operations as the official air taxi provider of the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic Games. Eve Holding, EVEX, they recently released their global market outlook for 2025, which they call the 20-year urban air mobility view. According to their research, the global population is expected to reach nearly 10 billion people by 2050 as human life expectancies increase and this is caused by support from advances in healthcare and technology. Eve wants to be one of the first movers to open the sky to more people, offering a affordable zero local emission option for commuting. And Eve Urban Air Mobility plans to be in a position to meet the growing need for transportation efficiency. So that's the news from Eve. And then Vertical Aerospace, EVTL. Earlier last month, Vertical expanded its leadership team to include a new chief operating officer, a vice president and head of design organization, and a new executive to lead its plans for a hybrid electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. So the company continues to grow. Joby Aviation, they're gearing up. Joby is gearing up to double its production to 24 aircraft per year at its facility in Marina, California. This is essential. It's essential to this to increase their capacity, of which they're receiving strategic support from Toyota Motor Company. They recently secured an initial strategic investment to the tune of $250 million from Toyota. So they're still bringing in the money to make progress. And then finally, a little extra tidbit from Surf Air Mobility, SRFM. Surf Air Mobility recently finished closing its recent offering of common stock as they raised close to their raise closed to at $27 million. They raised $27 million. The company currently intends to use the proceeds to pay down debt and other corporate and administrative requirements, of which most companies have some sort of debt or admin. All right, here's what I was talking about with the differences. Otto Aviation recently announced their plans to establish an advanced manufacturing and production facility for their next generation business jet, the Phantom 3500, which will be built at Cecil Airport in Jacksonville, Florida. They received over $400 million in incentives, grants, and tax credits in support of this new facility. Their Phantom 3500 is a twin-engine business jet designed to deliver greater fuel efficiency, extended range, and reduced emissions. The aircraft accomplishes these improvements through design features that cut drag by 35% compared to traditional jets. The company claims the enhancements give the aircraft a range of 3,500 nautical miles and a cruise altitude of 51,000 feet. By comparison, now we can talk about the comparison. By comparison, HondaJet's website claims a maximum cruising altitude of 43,000 feet and an estimated flight range of about 1,223 nautical miles, and that's for their Honda jet. The Jacksonville facility will serve as the primary site for the final assembly of the Phantom 3500, with production of its flight test vehicle slated to commence in 2026. We'll see if they can hold that timeline. If you are looking for a job in the aviation industry and are willing to move to Jacksonville, Florida, this might be a good opportunity for you to look at. So we put that in there as part of the Florida business development ecosystem, and that might be an opportunity. If you're not looking to start your own company, go work for another company in the aviation industry. There's a lot of good opportunity, and we just want to make sure that you help you find it. All right, we're starting to wind down here. As always, our list of aviation events for 2025 is compiled for your general information. If you're looking to pursue a career in the industry, networking is helpful, and these events are a great place to start creating professional relationships within the industry. Of course, our disclaimer, the list is nowhere near comprehensive. It's just provided to get you started with your industry research, and we will have links. Well, the links are available at the website on our website, but we'll put a link to our website in the description below, the comments below. If you see an event for us to add, please send us a message via email or one of our social media accounts, and we'll make sure we're getting the best information out there, the most accurate information out there that we can, with your help. Airport user fees, nothing new here to report. Yeah, there's nothing new to report on this one, so we still at minimal. I know of these two airports locally, but if you know of any others, please shoot us a note so we can add and create the most accurate list possible. All right, let's talk briefly about scholarship opportunities. I recently met Jamail Larkins at an aviation industry event. He was one of the headlining speakers. Jamail fell in love with flying, like we all do. But he did it earlier when he was really young after a discovery flight, and he decided he would do whatever it took to continue flying. He literally, at 13, petitioned the FAA to let him fly solo. They said no. When he didn't get the answer he was looking for, he found a way to do it, not at 13. He found a way to do it, though, in Canada. So he headed to Canada, where the minimum age requirement was only 14. It was there that he became one of the youngest American pilots to fly a powered aircraft solo. Of course, after that, it just launched him into the industry, and his aviation adventures eventually led Jamail into the world of aerobatic flying at the age of 18. So he's one of the youngest aerobatic aerobatic pilots to actually do air shows. Through hard work, dedication, and unrelenting commitment to excellence, he became the youngest airshow aerobatic performer in the U.S. His passion for sharing aviation has led to him creating a list of scholarship opportunities on his website, and one of his many aviation goals is to help guide young people to resources that can make their aviation dreams come true. So I wanted to give him a specific shout out and a specific slide so you guys could go to his website and look for other scholarships that might not be covered in the next few slides. As always, scholarship opportunities, FAA.gov will have the link to the FAA.gov/scholarships website in the comments below. And then there's a bunch of general scholarships that are out there as well, and we're going to put some of the ones that we found in the past in the comments below as well. So there are opportunities if you're looking to get into the world of aviation. Even if you're not looking to be a pilot, they have scholarships for mechanics. I'm pretty sure you can find scholarships for other functions within the aviation industry too. But my point being is all they can do is say no, so apply and see what they say. And if you think you're too old for a scholarship, they might not have as many scholarships for people that are older, but there are some scholarships out there. So don't think that you're too old. Just keep searching. I just gave you 3 slides worth of information, and those are great starting points. So don't be afraid to give it a shot. So check out those resources. We'll have them in the links in the comment below, and give it the best shot. All right, let's now wrap this up because we're getting close to the end. We always want to mention our sponsor, Jetline Systems. They provide flight simulation technologies. Their purpose-built computer systems run flight simulation systems in any environment, from the desktop PC to servers running large-scale simulators. Each system is hand-built, stability tested, benchmarked, and optimized to maximize performance and stability with the flight simulation software of your choice. And of course, I got to give them a special shout out and thanks for allowing me to use this conference room. As you can see, I got my aircraft flying. Looks like it's out of whack there. Hopefully they don't stall on us, but let me back off the power there a little bit. Looks like my GPS went, I don't know what happened to the GPS. There we go. Anyway, my aircraft is still flying. It's coming in and out of the stall. That is what it is. All right. Thank you, Jetline. Thanks for allowing me to use this room, and thanks for the resource. If you have any questions about flight simulation, even if you aren't, you're not a business using flight simulation, give them a call. They will definitely point you in the right direction. We also want to thank our sponsor, MindMyPC. They're a cybersecurity and IT outsourcing solution for small to medium-sized businesses. They provide 24-hour, 7 days a week availability. Basically, they do what you don't want to do. If you don't want to take care of all this technology, all these computers, let them do it. Let them watch it. And that's going to allow you to do what you do best, which probably is not being an IT service desk person. I don't want to be an IT service desk person. If you do, then you're their competition. But if you don't, which is most of us, give our friends at MindMyPC a call. Their information is right there on the screen as well. And then finally, thank you to Skyway Bound Aviation Services, who sponsors this show. If any of you are looking to get into the world of aviation, whether it be as a pilot or otherwise, please connect with us, and we would love to see how we can help you. And I think that is going to do it for today. So We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we invite you to follow and like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with our latest video content. And don't forget to tap that bell and to receive alerts when we release new content. And in the future, we are going to increase how much content we produce. Right now, we've just been building the processes, and I think we've got a good system. So now we just got to improve and increase our content production. Lastly, remember, the road is long, the road is hard. I've been doing this for a while, and it's a grind, but I see a lot of positive things happening in my life. And I promise you, if you are chasing your dream, keep doing it. Don't quit. It's you got my support. So do not quit, do not quit, do not quit. Remember, the sky is just the beginning. Now get out there,